G'day! Thank you so much for watching another Fearless Singer Daily. This is bite-sized coaching over the next 10 days. I just want to let you know that so during the week, I'll be going live at 8 o'clock at night, but the weekends I'll go live at 5 p.m. because, weekends. No one wants to be doing this on a Saturday night, Friday night. Am I right? You're all out partying. Is that what you kids do these days? So yeah, that's what I'm going to do over the next 10 days, and we'll go from there. And also, so 5 o'clock again tomorrow, on Instagram, on Facebook, in the Fearless Singers Facebook group, and youtube.com/Fearless Singer. If you just type in Fearless Singer, I'll come up. And also tomorrow morning, I'm introducing, and I'll send an email out tonight, a regular Sunday session in the morning. I'm calling it Fearless Singer Soul Sessions. And yeah, it's just going to be tapping and talking about some of the things that we want to focus on during the week. I know for me, I know exactly what I want to focus on during next week. So so today I'm introducing you to EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique Tapping, and how we can use this powerful modality to pretty much clear any kind of fear-based emotional charge to certain things, like singing, like showing up on bloody Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, any kind of fear of visibility, how we can use it to manage anxiety, even just the thought of, putting ourselves out there can give us an incredibly intense emotional charge, which, as you may know, is, injecting cortisol into your body, putting you into that fight response, which means that it's just going to make the situation more exacerbated. We all have different types of responses too, different stress responses. So for some of us, we freeze, we feel paralyzed, like we can't do anything, we can't make decisions. It could make us feel, just volatile and angry or irritated. So we're ready to fight, or we're ready to run away. It's, and they're all human responses. And I think it's really important to acknowledge that we're human beings. Not that long ago, we were warding off dinosaurs. Well, that was quite a while ago, but you know what I mean. And we've been through wars and famine. We carry our family's DNA in our body. And, and we also, between the ages of 1 to 5, we've, picked up some understandings of how things operate, which may not be serving us, based on all sorts of factors, environmental, family structures, family teaching, there's a lot of us. We are complex beings. And you know what? At the end of the day, it makes us interesting, particularly as artists, particularly as educators. We've all got these incredible stories that we can share, and again, just really, adding to that beautiful collection pot of stories that we can offer the world. But on a fundamental level, when you want to be able to get up on stage, or you want to go live on your social media platform, or you want to sing to your best mate, or sing to a family member, or sing to a small group of people, or speak, or whatever it is, and no words are coming out because you're paralyzed because of that emotional response, we want to be able to negotiate, create new patterns, so that we can feel supported, we feel less scared. So EFT is a great tool because what it does, it's interrupting those patterns and then helping the body, helping the nervous system feel safe. And this is what I'm introducing to you today. So EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique Tapping, like I said, it's a pattern interrupter. It was initially created by a man called Gary Craig. Now, what I'm going to show you isn't 100% based on how he originally taught it. So there's a lot of different teachers that have, gone on to create their own methods. And also, too, it's one of those things that even though while it is super powerful, that there is an element of you need to also just be mindful that it could bring up some heavy things. So it is really important to go pay attention to the body. And if you have a strong instinct that says, don't go there without a professional, please don't go there. So be responsible for your own healing with this method. Because like I said, it can bring up some stuff. And also too, it can make you super thirsty. It's really important to drink water. And I just went to look for my water. I'm like, shit, I don't have any water. But again, this little version that I'm going to show you, this very shortened version, shouldn't be too dramatic in terms of, it shouldn't bring up too much. However, again, we're also different. We've all had different like life traumas and life experiences. So it's important that you know yourself enough to know how far you can take this. What it is basically is you're affirming what is going on for you, how you are feeling. And why this is powerful is because often as adults, we develop this fantastic ability to suppress those feelings. And particularly, I'll say this as well, particularly as women, because speaking up could cause some kind of violence, whether it's verbal, emotional, or physical. So, we learn over the years to suppress those feelings in order to survive, in order to function. And that goes for everybody, That's how we get through life, is we tend to just go, she'll be right, mate. She'll be right. And plus, that's been a lot of us, particularly from, earlier generations. So from and I would say I'm part of this, age group. I'm not a millennial. I think I'm a Gen X, Gen Y. I was born in the 80s. So, I feel like we now have better resources available to us to understand different systems and different, lenses of human behavior, but remembering that our parents didn't really have that as much. So, I think they did the best that they can. However, we've been brought up in a society that has kind of really just reinforced the tough, and particularly in Australia, that toughen up princess, or, come on, mate, pull it together, get your shit together, that kind of thing, which obviously, as we know now, is super unhelpful. It's really important that we express and give words to those feelings that we're feeling, and develop a literacy around that, which, is tricky unless you go and do that work and discover that for yourself. This tool is almost like you are journaling out loud, which I like because I try really hard to journal, and I do advocate for it, and I tell people it's a great tool. Please use it. However, I'm just going to be really bloody brutally honest. I don't journal. I try very hard. I do have little stints, but I'm very good at expressing my emotions. I'm very lucky to have some very supportive people in my little circle. But I'm also very good at talking to myself out loud in the form of this EFT, emotional freedom. So technique. So what we're doing is, like I said, we're affirming what is going on for us. So we give voice to that because it's important to get it out. And we do that while we're tapping on certain points over our body, which is connected to our meridian, so our energetic body. And if you're into acupuncture, it's based on the same system, yeah? And so then, once we assess, okay, no, the emotional charge seems to have diminished. We always check in first, like how strong it is, and then we gauge it. Okay, has it gone down? Then when we feel like it's gone down, maybe under a 5, so if it's, say if we're at a 10 out of 10, but it goes down to 5 or lower, we know that we can then move on and start affirming the positive, or what we want to see, or what we want to bring in, or how we want to feel. So we always start off with a setup statement. So even though I have this intense fear of singing in front of other people, we always then finish it with, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And I know there's part of your conditioning, or whether it's ego or just how we've been raised, to go, what do you mean I deeply love and accept myself? No, this is gross. I don't want to feel like this. I'm a weirdo. Like, there's that propensity to do that. But this work is what we call like shadow integration. It's giving voice to the part of ourselves that feels like a bit of a dickhead, you know, or we do dickhead things, perceived dickhead things. So it's giving a voice to that and going, hey, okay, you feel that way. How can I love you more right now? You know, and that's how we're now taking all those pieces of ourselves, of our being, of our psyche, parts that we've pushed away or pushed down that we haven't liked, and go, no, we can't live without that part of ourselves. You know, we don't, oh gosh, this may be a triggering example, but you know, you have a child that has got behavior issues and then just, you know, well, some people do, but you don't just like push it away. You know, you want to love that child because you've brought it into the world. So this is what's happening. We're taking that little child that would normally be pushed away, like, no, someone else go and sort out this thing, or I don't want to deal with this. And we're saying, no, come here. I want to love you. So that's what we're doing through this process, which is shadow integration work. So that's gone a little bit deep, but we can just, like I said, just even if you don't feel like I can say I love myself, just start with I deeply accept this, you know. So even though I have this intense fear of singing, I deeply accept it. And then we repeat that a couple of times. And then what we do is we go through the points. Now, I have a video here on Instagram going through these points. I also have one on YouTube. You don't even have to learn it from me. You can learn it from like a gazillion people on YouTube, these different tapping points. But as you're talking out what's going on for you, you're going through and tapping these points. So, oh gosh, this fear of singing is so intense. I feel it in the pit of my stomach. Ugh, it's making me feel nauseous. You can just talk on like how it feels. What if people judge me? You know, you can ask questions. What if people decide not to like me anymore or love me? What if I am actually really bad? I'm a bad singer and people tell me that. I'll feel so ashamed. You know, all these feelings of anxiety around singing, it makes me feel so physically ill. Like, you can just go into the details and keep talking it out, everything, how you feel. And then when you sort of like do a couple of rounds of that, you'll get to a point where you get to the top of your head and then you finish with, but I'm open to releasing this in every part of my cellular being. So every part of your body, your essence, every single atom of your body, and in every direction of space and time. So clearing it from your past and your potential future, and in the present as well. So it's like getting to it. And that doesn't feel untrue to say I'm open to it, because you wouldn't be doing this tapping routine if you're not open to releasing this. You know, it might feel a bit different if you said, and now I release this, you know, that may feel like a bit of a stretch. So you want to use language that feels true to you. And then when you think, okay, no, I feel good now, then you can tap on, well, what are you open to? Yep. But I'm open to giving this a go. I'm open to opening my mouth and making sound and just seeing what comes out. I'm open to sharing my story with my friends. I'm open to sharing to my close friends these singing dreams, these singing aspirations. Again, I'm open to giving this a go. Don't be afraid to repeat things. Repetition is amazing. The brain loves it, the body loves it. I'm open to clearing all of this initial anxiety. I understand that things may come up, but I'm open to working through them as I go along on this singing journey. And see how you just use this language that it's reframing it, but also using it so that it feels truthful. Now, look, that's probably could be a 20-minute, half an hour, could even be an hour process. Yeah. Now for the singer on the go, or the modern lady that is busy, or you've just got a lot of things on. Didn't mean to be patronizing when I said that. The modern lady. I think it's what I'm wearing. I'm channeling. This is my Auntie Cleo, who's not with us anymore. She was this fabulous opera singer, and I'm pretty sure I saw her wear this, at the RSL on a Friday night. So I feel like I'm kind of channeling a little bit of her tonight, which is quite beautiful because she, was this incredible singer and incredibly wise as well, and would be loving EFT, loving this as a tool. I remember when, how old was I? 12, and wanting to be Maria Callas, and she'd give me all these tips, and she'd say, oh, for goodness sake, you've got tape recorders. Use it. Record yourself. Listen to yourself. That's how you learn. And isn't that beautiful? This was back in the 90s. Now we have we can record ourselves, voice memos on our phone. Such a great tool for a singer to record yourself and listen to yourself back and train yourself. You can use tapping to train yourself to listen to yourself objectively, as well. And yeah, it's just so interesting how quickly times change. However, some things remain classics, like this beautiful, beautiful jumper. I love it so much. Okay, the shortened version. Let's get to it, Lathyrus. We've got 4 minutes to go because I really am keen to make these 20 minutes chunks. All right, so the shortened version is you just say, even though I feel this, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this intense feeling of dread when it comes to singing, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though these feelings feel really shit, feel free to swear. Swearing is great. And I feel it right in the pit of my stomach, and I feel tight in my throat, and I feel like I'm gasping for air because I'm so anxious, and I am this, and I feel like my whole body is just about to crack. You can just go straight to it. And actually, I've got, by the way, does anyone, when they have performance anxiety, get, not to be crass, but get digestive things happen? So even though I feel like I need to go to the toilet quite frequently, and even though, so this is what you do. You just keep going, and even though, and then you always then get to a point where you're like, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel very unsafe with opening my mouth and singing and sharing this dream of singing with my friends, and I have an intense fear of being judged or someone confirming that I am in fact not a good singer, or I think sometimes it's not even about other people, it's also about the critical mind, and even that I feel like I'm not good enough. And even though I have this intense fear of looking stupid, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And then always just end on, and I'm open to releasing this in every part of my cellular being and in every direction of time and space. And then you just keep then affirming, it's safe for me too. So you've just done a quick round of even though, but I accept it. And now it's a quick, it's safe for me. It's safe for me to share my voice in front of a small group of people. It's safe for me to share my singing with a small group of people that I know that I can trust. And it's safe for me to sing songs that I love. And it's safe for me to show up a little bit more in my circles and put myself out there. It's safe for me to tell people what I want. I don't know why I'm frowning right now, but I am. Obviously, this is something to do with my psyche. It's safe for me to share my love for singing. It's safe for me to, love what I do and want to share that with other people. It's safe for me too. And then you just do a few rounds of just coming up with your own affirmations around it's safe for me too. It's safe for me too. And then you can end on, and I'm open to receiving the confidence. I'm open to receiving the energy in every part of my cellular being, in every direction of time and space, that is going to keep me on this journey of being on the stage singing, or whatever it is that your dream is. It could be just your dream of sitting around a campfire with your family and friends and breaking out into, I don't know. What's the song that we can all break out into that we love? Hold on, little girl. Da, 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 do, do. I don't even know what that song is. It's true, it's true. Something, part of you. Come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. What is that song? Anyway, I clearly have a dream about sitting around a campfire singing that particular song. So if I've never journaled in my life, I'm going to write that one down so I never forget it. Anyhow, so I give to you a short bite-sized coaching session on EFT. You can use that short version. It's still going to do wonders. And Spoony Joe has told me what that song is. It's Be With You. And is the band Big Daddy? Is that right? I just remember lots of, 80s men with long curly hair. Anyway, Amy will let me know. Let us know. However, if you want to learn more, I've got a whole live teaching session on EFT. So it's just on YouTube. It's on Facebook. I also have a mini course on my website, fearlesssinger.com. It's called F-Fear. Don't you love the title? Mini course on EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. So I take you through it in a little bit more detail. So it's 100% free. And also too, Mr. Big, thank you. Thank you, Spoony Joe. That's the band. Also too, part of the confidence of being able to sing comes from spending time with your voice every day. That develops legs. Even if you spent a minute just doing a few little vocal exercises, or you spent a minute singing Be With You by Mr. Big, not Big Daddy, like I said before. Thank you, Speedy Joe. Honestly, putting a song, your favorite track on in the car and just giving it a good old blast is going to do wonders for your confidence, because you are showing up for your voice. And if you're like, okay, yep, that's great, I don't really know what to practice, you could start with just a track of your favorite song and singing to it in the car. If you want to do some vocal exercises, I have this fantastic mini course on on fearlesssinger.com, which is called Free Your Voice. It's 100% free, but more importantly, it's so useful. It's 5 exercises that if you do daily, you can have a beautiful, balanced voice. And you can have it as an app on your phone as well, which is really, really cool. Now, if you also love this kind of coaching, teaching, feel free to also check out fearlesssingerschool.com. So this is group coaching. This is being part of the Fearless Singer community. There's weekly check-ins, so weekly coaching sessions in our Facebook group, which is exclusive, which is the Fearless Singers membership is on the Facebook. I'm going to rebrand that soon to Fearless Singer School. And also group monthly coaching, which is it's more extended, so it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, teaching about different topics from voice to mindset to business, you name it, it's all there. Like our last session was singer branding, so how to connect to your story, connect to your mission, which was really powerful. Even if you're not interested in becoming a full-time professional singer, it's still a fantastic way of developing your own personal ontology, your own philosophy, and connecting to your voice and developing that beautiful relationship with your voice. So check out that too. So you've got fearlesssinger.com for those free mini courses on EFT tapping and also Free Your Voice, which is a group of exercises that you do daily. Or if you want to, you're like, yeah, I love this, come join us in the Fearless Singer School. It is a fabulous community. And if you're here in Brisbane, you are signing up for a stage mum. Like an encouraging one, not a over demanding one. And there's a heap of opportunities for you to be performing. So the Fearless Singer Showcase and also the Fearless Singer Jam, which is going to be super regular. We've already had one. We've got one coming up May 25th. If you're like, I want to check this out, come along. It's at Can You Keep a Secret in Wollongabba. Anyhow, that's the session. I did go over by about 6 minutes. Lots of love to you. Come and join me tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, for the Fearless Singer Soul session. And we'll do some more tapping. Lots of love to you. Bye.